Hello everyone, today we're going to do an order of operations but made simple and easy and explained in depth. So what is order of operations? Order of operations is a rule in math that tells us the correct order to solve a math expression. Expressions within algebra tend to use addition, multiplication, subtraction, division, exponents, and parentheses. Knowing where to start within an equation helps us a lot. That is why we use order of operations. PEMDAS. PEMDAS is a mnemonic used in math to follow a set of rules that determine the order of how we solve an equation. PEMDAS is essential because when solving expressions, you can end up with multiple answers if you don't use the PEMDAS method. It's telling us where to start in an equation and essentially how to break down it in bits and pieces so we can get the right answer. So what does PEMDAS stand for? So PEMDAS stands for the first letter, which is the P. The P stands for parentheses. The E stands for exponents. The M stands for multiplication. The D stands for division. A stands for addition. And S stands for subtraction. Now, please remember, we always start left to right. So we're going to start with that P, which is on our left, and we're going to end to the right, which is S. So always when doing an equation, you're going to start with the parentheses, then you're going to do the exponent second, then you're going to do the multiplication third, division fourth, addition fifth, and subtraction sixth, left to right. I have written it at the top, if that can help. Oh, and on the side as a reference and key. So we always start with parentheses and we end with subtraction. And another way to remember this, instead of PEMDAS, you could say, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." So let's do an example using PEMDAS. So I have 3x plus 5 minus 2x plus 7. Now, I'm going to start with parentheses. I don't see any parentheses in this equation, so I'm going to move past that. Now let's start with the exponents. I don't see any exponents to work with so far, so I'm going to skip past that. I'm going in order, but if I don't see it, I just won't solve it. So now let's move on to multiplication. I don't see any multiplication in this problem, so I'm going to move past that as well. Division. I don't see any division, so I'm going to move past that as well. Now, I do see some addition. So because I see addition, I'm going to add. The plus 5 and plus 7 is my addition, and now I'm going to do 5 plus 7. So when I do 5 plus 7, I get 12. So now let's move on. I have subtraction. So when I set my equation up, dropping the 12 as well, I have 3x plus 12 minus 2x. Now, I'm going to work with the like terms. And if need to, I have a video explaining like terms and how to solve 1- and 2-step equations that can help alongside PEMDAS. And I also go in depth about exponents if you need that as well. So I have 3x plus 12 minus 2x. So now I'm going to work that subtraction. I'm going to subtract that 3x and that 2x because I want to get rid of that subtraction. So when I do this, I get 1x. So now I'm going to simplify that equation, and I have 1x plus 12. These two aren't like terms, and this is the furthest I can simplify this equation, and this is my answer. So I started with first going down the list of PEMDAS. So parentheses, didn't see that. Exponents, I didn't see that. Multiplication, I didn't see that. Division, I didn't see. But when I got to the addition and subtraction, those are the ones I saw. And I did addition first, and then I did subtraction last. Because that is essentially the order that PEMDAS is telling us to go in. So let's do another example. I have 4, and inside some parentheses, I have 2x minus 3 plus 5. So now I'm going to work with those parentheses first because that's what PEMDAS is. We start with parentheses. To do this, I'm going to distribute that 4 to 2x and 3. I'm going to leave that 5 alone because that has nothing to do with the parentheses. So now I have 8x minus 12 plus 5. Now, let's see, do I have any exponents? No, I don't have any exponents, so I'm going to move past that part in the PEMDAS. Let's see, do I have multiplication? No, I don't have any multiplication, so I'm going to move past that. Division, I do not have any division. Now, let's see, do I have any addition? I do have addition. So I'm going to add the like terms I see. So I see I have negative 12 plus 5. When I do that, I get negative 7. Those are like terms, and I'm following the PEMDAS order, addition. So now when I do that, I have 8x minus 7. Sadly, I cannot subtract these because 8x minus 7, that's the simplest I can go and furthest I could go. 7 does not have anything I can subtract it from, and 8x is its own term, and so is 7. 7 does not have a variable or anything like that. So this is essentially my answer. Now going on to example number 3. So let's start off. P. Let's start with parentheses. I see 3, and inside the parentheses I say 2x minus 4 plus 5. Now on the other side of the equation I have 2x plus 7. So starting on the left side, I see parentheses. To do that, I'm going to distribute that 3 to the 2x and the 4. When I do this, I get 6x minus 12 plus 5 equals 2x plus 7. Now let's see, do I have any exponents? No, I don't see any exponents. Multiplication, I don't see any multiplication. Division, I don't see any division. Now addition, I do see some addition in this problem. So on the left side, I see 6x minus 12 plus 5. I see 12 and that 5 are like terms. So now I'm going to add those together. So negative 12 plus 5, and when I solve for that, I get 6x minus 7, because that's the simplest I can go for that negative 12 plus 5. So 6x minus 7 equals 2x plus 7. I haven't worked with the right side yet, and that's A-okay. Now, once again, I do have a 1 and 2 step equation video, and I recommend you watch those, and it goes right hand in hand with what we're doing right now. So, now that I have that addition out the way, I do want to simplify that some more. So I want to solve on both sides of the equations, essentially, using PEMDAS. So to do this, I'm going to do plus 7 on both sides to cancel out that 7 on the left side. When I do this, I get 6x equals 2x plus 14. Because I originally had 6x minus 7 equals 2x plus 7. Now I'm going to add that 7 on both sides. And on the right side, when I do 7 plus 7, I get 14. I drop the 2x and I drop the 6x as well. So now I'm going to see, do I have any division to do? I don't see any division. And now I'm going to simplify the equation with some subtraction, because I do have to isolate this 6 and that 14 and do like terms and so on. To do this, I'm going to use subtraction within the PEMDAS. So I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides. 2x minus 2x, 6x minus 2x. When I do this, I get 4x plus 14. So this is the answer for the simplified version of 3 parentheses 2x minus 4 plus 5 equals 2x plus 7. So when I simplify that and use PEMDAS to get my answer, I get 4x plus 14. So I do want to talk about some key takeaways from this video. PEMDAS stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. PEMDAS always goes left to right. So on the left I have that P, and on the right I have that S. PEMDAS represents what step comes first when solving the equation. So an equation can have subtraction, addition, and so on, but it's important to know where we're going to start and solve with first. If we don't have an order, we can end up with multiple answers, and we don't want that. that causes confusion and inconsistency with our problems. So thank you for watching. This is Ari the Math Tutor signing out, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!